Call the City of Hawarden regular City Council meeting to order. It is Wednesday, December 12th at about 5:31 p.m. All present are staff and council members except for Mayor Porter. We have a pretty standard agenda tonight. You can speak to the council in open business from the community, and that's limited to 5 minutes. We will start with agenda item 1A, approval of the November 28, 2018 council meeting minutes.
So moved.
We have a motion by John. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Jen. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Agenda item 1B is approval of the December 12, 2018 claims for payments. We'll start to my right with questions with Tim.
None, thanks.
John?
None, thanks.
Jen?
None, thanks.
Rob?
No questions.
I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Moved by Tim. Do we have a second?
I'll second that.
Rob? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Agenda item 1C is open business from the community. Do you guys want to say anything? Okay. There will not be a mayor's report tonight. We'll start with staff reports. Jacob?
Working on the budget for this next upcoming year, and still kind of getting the ropes. We have started working by myself without Pam helping me, so life is going good so far. That's all I got.
Good. Travis?
We've got a quote back from Johnson Controls to replace 2 furnaces, rooftop units, 6-ton and a 4-ton. The original quote was $28,113, and we resubmitted that using Sourcewell, and we got it down to $25,354. Both units, we found the heat exchangers were bad a couple months ago when they were being worked on for other issues, and we've just made a decision to replace both of them due to how much maintenance we've done on them in the last 3 years. So just wanted to give you a heads up what we're doing and the price. So
Okay. Mike?
Just going through budgets. It's been very busy lately, working with that, and so we hope to be able to put out a good product in January.
Okay. Jim?
Nothing to report.
Corey?
First snow, or big snow, remind everybody to make sure that they get their vehicles off the street so we don't have any issues with the snow removal. I think we had a total of 5. We kind of worked with them here this first snow to try to get them removed. Unfortunately, we're going to have to issue citations this next go around. I think everybody's pretty much got the picture at this point. We've also been going around reminding people of their sidewalks and stuff that need to be shoveled and maintain their public right-of-ways for people that want to walk and still run in the winter months. So other than that, business as usual.
Okay. Thanks for those. Agenda item 2C is council comments. Anything from council? Okay. Moving on to other agenda items. Agenda item 3 is approval to add Jacob Stoner and remove Pam Wakeman as finance director for the City of Hawarden on City of Hawarden bank accounts for People's Bank and Rivers Edge Bank. Do you have anything to add to that, Mike?
No, it's just self-explanatory.
Okay. We have a motion by Tim. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by John. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Agenda item 4 is approval to add Jacob Stoner and remove Pam Wakeman as finance director for the City of Hawarden on all City of Hawarden 457 Waddell and Reed accounts. Anything else?
Just a supplemental retirement account that's offered to the city. The city has no contribution in it. It's just what the employees want to put into it, and we need to do this so Jacob can call them and put money in and out of the accounts.
Okay.
So moved.
Second. We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Agenda item 5 is the appointment of Travis Waterman to represent the City of Hawarden on the gas utility at PEFA member meetings, which is Public Energy Facilities Authority. I know he's probably excited about that.
This is those other deals that we had in past meetings dealing with PFA and adopting their their plan and everything. This is just officially making Travis as a representative.
Okay. I will entertain a motion.
So moved.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Agenda item 6 is review of programs that are supported by the city's general fund. And we will turn this over to Mike.
Obviously, we are in budget season, and usually in the budgets, we have a lot of social programs or general fund programs that we support throughout the community. And I just kind of wanted to bring them to the council and make sure that council was well aware of what we were paying for and what we weren't. I'll entertain any discussion. If everybody's okay with everything, then that's fine too. But just some of them that I just felt that was good to have the council have knowledge of. Some of them even I didn't know that we were doing, so.
Some of these I didn't know either, so thanks for putting that together. One of them that I would like to look at is potentially the hospital auxiliary. Do you have any background information on that as far as when it started or anything?
I did a little bit of research today and found out that with one of the people that are still part of the auxiliary was they felt it started back about 50 years ago when the auxiliary started, and it was a way that the city was able to help out the hospital indirectly is by covering the utilities for the auxiliary, and it's just continued ever since. These utilities are paid out of general administration in the general fund budget, so they don't have their own line item. That was one of them that surprised me a little bit, just because it doesn't have a line item in it.
I don't know what anybody else's thoughts are on that one, but for me, the hospital auxiliary is obviously established 50 years later, and donating money back to the hospital every year, which is a good cause, but that would be an area that I would look at possibly reducing or transferring back over to them.
I guess.
Helipad too, then, right? I mean, that's kind of the hospital's helicopter
There-
pad.
There's some kind of agreement, and I'm not sure what it is on that. I haven't done as much research on that, as to where we would maintain that.
I believe
The
they
church
have a
owns
lease. Yeah,
And they lease the helipad to, actually to the
The
city,
city.
more so than the hospital. The city used to take care of all the lights and everything around them too, and we've given that part up, but we still cover the insurance and remove the snow off of it. So I'd have to look back at that lease and just find out how it is, or.
Okay.
I guess for myself, this is first time I've seen these numbers, so, having those conversations with those individuals, if we were going to do something, would be a good idea.
I mean, we can bring these back the next meeting too, if you guys want to absorb, some of that, and I can do some more checking too, and find out it on the helipad and the auxiliary and anything else actually you want. We do, the Senior Citizen Center, we do give them a donation. That basically goes to their insurance and stuff like that, and we pay their utilities. And then the 8,000 is the rides, which, I think we need to take care of our citizenry in town with some of those kind of things, so.
If we're going to bring this back for the next meeting in January, I would also like to explore and have a discussion then about the chamber dollar amount and just whether some of that should be redirected towards the economic development position that we are talking about. As we have talked before about the economic development position, that position obviously comes with a salary, but I also think as a council, we have to have some type of expectation that when that position is successful, that person will come back to the council for possible incentives to bring businesses to town or other needs as well, and we're going to need some of that budget from somewhere. So I think as we look at all of these things, that would be part of a discussion that I would want to have.
I agree with that. You can visit about that.
Okay. And Mike, you had talked a little bit earlier to me about the difference between governmental rates and non-governmental rates. Can you explain that?
Right now, our electric has what's called an intergovernmental rate, which is close to half.
It's 4.5 cents per kilowatt hour, which commercial is 9.90937. So it'd be half of
So
commercial
it's
rate.
about half of what our commercial rate would be. I guess Travis and I at some point would like to see us get rid of the intergovernmental rate. Well, basically what it does is they're mostly for our buildings, which is true. So we're basically charging ourselves less, but what we're doing is we're not getting true pictures of costs. And if we run all the same rate, it will generate more money into the electric utility, and if we have to then transfer back out more money in order to cover that, we're at least getting true costs of what it costs to run our library or this building or any of those. We've had rate studies done by Missouri River for our electric rates. They have also recommended that we get rid of the intergovernmental rate and just have, your commercial and regular rates. So, it's kind of like, it's paying ourselves either way. So we would just like to see that simplified and changed as well going into the next budget year.
Is that something the council has to decide, or you guys can just do?
Well,
We can just do, but it'd probably need a resolution.
yeah, we would need, so it would have to
Let's
come
resolve
back.
it next meeting.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll just bring a resolution back at the next meeting to
Just adopt
reduce,
a policy, I think, would be a change of policy, right?
yes. Yep, so.
Go for it.
That's it. That's
Makes
the only
sense, I mean,
utility we
yeah.
have that's intergovernmental. So, yeah. Okay.
So that'll be on the next agenda.
We'll bring that back as well as the rest of these after you guys think about it and let some of these absorb.
Any further discussion on that?
I think it's, talking about with our chamber and with the economic development position, trying to reroute some of those funds that way. Just so, we have, spoke, just by talking, with the chamber and just kind of let's just feel this out and just see how we can work together with all of this and hopefully come to a really good compromise for those funds to be redirected. So I think that that's going really well.
Anything else? Going once, twice. Agenda item 7 is review of the fiscal 2020 budget schedule. Mike?
This is just a general overview of the schedule that I would envision for our budget. This kind of goes on track with what we've done in previous years. If everybody's comfortable with the way we did it last year, and for some of those that are here longer, the way we've done it for the last several years, we'll continue on to that path. We'll try and put notes in where there's a noticeable change outside of the regular salaries and stuff like that. There might be a project or something that, we have to look at, but they'll all be in the notes. And I'll plan on having it in your packet for the 9th, but it'll be out the Friday before that. And then that is just, we're going to give you a couple weeks to review it and look at it, and then we'll discuss that the 23rd and also hand out the general fund, and then discuss that on the 13th. And then that leaves the 27th in case we need to change something, or because we have to have it certified by March 15th. So we'll have to pass it on the 13th of March. So if everybody's okay with that, we'll continue down that path.
Looks good. Any questions or comments on that? Okay, that is all for agenda items. Our next city council meeting will be January 9. With nothing else, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Jen. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. We are adjourned.